Take a second and think back to the last website that you visited. Did it pop up with that annoying question that said, do you accept cookies? If you tap the accept button, you could be exposing your iPhone or your Android to malware and potentially logging in and stealing all of your accounts. I'm going to show you exactly how that works and how to protect yourself. Now you can see it as an example here. If I just tap on Financial Times, what happens? A full screen question. It says cookies on the Financial Times site. We have 41 technology partners that use cookies and offer data for a number of reasons. Do you accept cookies? If you tap the accept button, okay, you're allowed to get into the Financial Times. However, what that did is it downloaded a cookie onto your phone or computer. And I'm going to walk you through why that is so important using session hijacking. So this is a fairly recent surge that a lot of people are getting fake emails or malicious emails that basically target session hijacking. I'm going to walk you through what session hijacking is. It's really important. It's a little nerdy, but it's super important that you understand how these work so that you can protect yourself. And just as some examples, you can see some case studies on session hijacking, massive info stealer campaigns, Electronic Arts breach on 2021, Yahoo forged cookie attack in 2014, Citrix, NetScaler, etc., etc. So these are major attacks on major companies, but they also target individuals like you. So what happens with cookies and what happens in this scenario? Essentially, when you go to a website, it downloads a cookie onto your device. Essentially, this cookie just means that you've been to that website before and it recognizes you, it logs some information about you. But most importantly, if you log into a website, then it just says, hey, this person is already logged in. You can just let them access their account. So you do this all the time with Facebook.com. You go to Facebook.com, you log in. The next time you go to Facebook.com, you're already logged in. You don't need to log in again. And this is the exact convenience that hijackers will use to steal accounts. Essentially, what they do is they'll email you or text you, or you'll visit a website with a malicious link that allows them to get that session ID. Essentially, it's the unique code that's associated with your cookie that tells Facebook or your bank account information or Bank of America or your credit card, any of those. It's essentially the unique code that tells that website, hey, this person is already logged into their account. So what somebody could do from another country is just hijack into your device and steal that code and then just paste it into their web browser, and Facebook or your bank or all that stuff says, oh, you're good to go. You're already logged in as Jane Smith or John Johnson. So essentially, you can log into any other person's account. So now that you understand what session hijacking is, let's protect ourselves from that. I'm going to hop out of here and walk you through some great tips within the Settings app of your iPhone. So open up the Settings app of your iPhone, and I'll also show you some things that you can do in Chrome if you use Chrome or you're on an Android device. So let's scroll down to the bottom. And at the bottom, tap on Apps. After you've done that, scroll down until you get to Safari on this list. There it is, and tap on Safari. Now, the first thing that we're going to do is go to the very bottom, ignore some of these privacy things, we'll go back to it, and tap on Advanced at the bottom. And then tap on Website Data at the top. You can see here are all of those cookies that are downloaded to your device. You'll be able to see, usually Google is the top, Gstatic, YouTube, West Elm, Telegram, Castlery. You can see all of these news websites and various websites. These are all of the cookies that are downloaded onto my iPhone. A lot of times when you just visit a website, it just downloads these onto your device, and they can accumulate over time. Now, one thing that you can do to protect yourself is just to delete out all of these cookies periodically, because essentially what it does is it deletes out the recognition that this person is logged into this account. Of course, the downside to that is you'll be logged out of all of these apps and websites and services. You'll just need to re-log in. But that just means if you get a malware or virus onto your phone or computer, then they can't use that session hijacking because there are just no sessions to hijack. So all you need to do is scroll down and tap remove all website data and then just hit remove now. Just like that, you've deleted out all of those cookies. Now, let's say you're on Google Chrome instead. So I'm going to open up Chrome and to show you how to delete out all those cookies. I'm just going to open up Chrome here and tap on the three dots at the bottom right. And then from here, you can either tap on history or go to your settings, but I'm going to tap on history here. And you can see a lot of my history. Just tap on delete browsing data. And this is where it's really important. Choose the time range all time. So if it's selected for last hour, etc., choose all time. And under browsing data, tap on that and make sure cookies and site data will be selected. Again, it says this will sign you out, but it will also prevent any kind of session hijacking on your device because you'll just be logged out of those accounts. And when you're ready, just hit confirm and then delete data. So now that we've done that, let's do a couple of things that will protect you. So I'm going to go back into my settings here. And I'm going to tap the back arrow and then scroll up. You can see privacy and security related to Safari on your iPhone. On all of these, make sure everything is turned on. You can see fraudulent website warning, aka websites that might have some virus or malware that would do session hacking. It'll warn you about that. Turn on not secure connection warning. Turn on prevent cross-site tracking. Basically, turn on all of these. But that's not it. Let's scroll down to the bottom and tap on advanced at the bottom again. And on here, you can see block all cookies. Now, turning this on might sound great. Okay, nobody can session hijack my phone within Safari because I've blocked all cookies. However, again, the downside to this, keep in mind, is that every time you go to Facebook.com or every time you go to bankofamerica.com or any other website, you'll need to log in every single time because you've blocked the ability for that website to download a cookie onto your device saying that this person is authenticated. They're already logged in, all of that stuff. Now, you can choose to leave this on or you can choose to leave this off, but just delete the data regularly. It's completely up to you. Unfortunately, if we go back into Google Chrome here, there's no way to block all cookies within Google Chrome. For whatever reason, Google decided that was not a feature available. Most likely because Google is an advertising company and those cookies allow them to better advertise to you or their web partners be able to advertise to you. So you're not able to block the cookies within Google Chrome. However, you can, again, tap on those three dots and then go to settings here. And we can do some things to protect ourselves by scrolling down and tapping on privacy and security. And then from here, tap on Safe Browsing. Make sure to select Enhanced Protection, real-time AI-powered protection against dangerous sites, downloads, and extensions. So choose the most enhanced protection, but also, let me go back into my settings and privacy here. You'll also want to turn on always use secure connections on here and warn if their passwords are exposed in a data breach. These are two things that you'll want to turn on just in case to help protect your device, both within Safari, if you use that, or within Google Chrome. And then if you do get an email with somebody that you don't recognize, or there's an attachment or a link that you don't know, basically just don't click on it. Tap at the URL or the address bar at the top, identify who that's from, and then maybe go to Google and do some research before you just open up a link and expose yourself to session hijacking. I hope this helps. If you enjoyed this video, check out this video over to my right. I think you'll really like that one too. And thanks for watching.